And welcome to Columbia River Chieftains Stadium, as tonight for homecoming the Chieftains will take on the Washougal Panthers. We have 3 minutes until the kickoff, and we're going to get right into our starting lineups. We're going to start with Logan Wilson, the running back slash linebacker. Next is Cannon Eaton, the wide receiver and defensive back. After that, we have Matt Asplund, the quarterback for the Chieftains. Next, we have Jarrett Steelbinder, the running back for the Columbia River Chieftains. Bryson Pretty serves as a wide receiver and defensive back. Will Buss as a wide receiver. BJ Biscara at running back. Dawson Lawrence as QB. Cody Hardy at tight end and defensive lineman. Isaac Bibb O'Neill as a running back and a defensive back. Eric Sarchi at tight end and linebacker. Colby Rabatoy as a running back and defensive back. Riley Sadler also as a running back and linebacker. Thomas Karcher as a linebacker. Elijah Stroop as offensive line and defensive line. Kyle Sheldon on the offensive line and defensive line. Brandon Luisel at offensive and defensive line. Ryan Dirksen on the offensive and defensive line for the Chiefs. Elijah Hairston at defensive tackle. And Blake Bryan to round out the lineup as wide receiver and defensive back. The Chieftains are heading in with a solid record so far at 3-2 where overall and 2-1 in league, whereas Washougal is at 1-1 in their league right now. Can they change that tonight with a win, as they did take a home win away from Richfield last week? They may have the opportunity to do that tonight against the Chieftains. Washougal will kick the ball to the Chieftains to start. It has been a rainy evening for the Chiefs, and it's going to continue, judging weather reports so far. So, Chieftains looking to receive. Washougal to start the CR homecoming game. And they'll kick low, not quite a squib, and he's going to pick it right up. The Chieftains running to the 20. Several well-done blocks. Colby Rabatoy is going to end up at the 28-yard line, and a solid run by Rabatoy. It almost looked like Washougal was aiming for a squib kick, but it went to the intended receiver, as in Colby Rabatoy. So the Chieftains with solid field position as they start at the 29-yard line. Matt Asplund at the helm is QB. 3 men in the backfield along with them, one receiver. The handoff, Rabatoy down the middle. Rabatoy taken down. And that's Braven Bow with the excellent tackle for Washougal to keep the Chieftains down to a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Chiefs. Two men in the backfield along with Asplund. 2 receivers flanking left and right. It's a fake. They're going to hand off. Asplund will take it himself. Asplund all the way down the middle to the 35-yard line. And a solid run for Matthew Asplund. So with a 3rd and 3, the Chieftains will take it at the 36. This has been the first Chieftain home game that has had a lot of water. Of the season so far. This will be a test to see how well both teams can handle the football under these circumstances. Asplund with 3 men in the backfield again. Asplund, he's gonna look to go again. Asplund will end up with minimal gain, maybe 1 yard, as he looked to take that football again, but it did not pay off. He was swarmed by Panther defenders. So the Chieftains are going to have to kick it after the first play of the game. A welcome sight for Chieftain fans as Tristan Hoyer will be kicking the ball. Last home game he was injured against the Hawkinson Hawks, but it's good to see him back as a reliable defensive player and obviously the kicker for the Chiefs. Hoyer to kick. He's got a lot of time, and that kick's going to be low. And that kick will end up about 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, as he just missed that kick right there. Washougal with excellent field position on the Chieftain 34. So it's interesting to see if Washougal can take advantage of this tonight. A rare missed kick for Tristan Hoyer. Dalton Payne as QB. He'll hand it off. And a solid run. Brevin Bowe will get about 4 or 5 yards.
Tristan Hoyer. Brevin Bay, the ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7, the ball on the 31-yard line.
He's going to throw, and that is going to be on the ground and incomplete. The intended receiver was to Jacob Davis, but it bounced before it ended up in his arms. So an incomplete pass as we're heading into a 3rd and 7 for the Panthers.
3rd and long 7. Chris Flint wide left. Davis to the right.
Washougal, play action. Payne looks to throw it, and he's going to complete the pass, but that's going to be just short. And that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Decision time for the Panthers. 4th and long 7.
And 4th and 7, and it looks like the Panthers are going to go for it. And he's going to look to throw it again, this time down the middle through the hands of Julian Jones. As excellent coverage by the Chiefs. Julian Jones just could not get his hands on the football, and that right there is the difference between a regular football game in dry circumstances and a game like tonight where the ball is extremely slick and very difficult to catch. You'll notice that the football is being changed out periodically to get dried by the coaching staff by a towel, but it can only do so much. The Chieftains are going to get the football on a turnover on downs, and we end up right at the 30. Will Buss. And they're going to run through the... Chieftains are going to get a small gain there, about 4 yards.
Number 34, Jacob Fobbs, the ball carrier.
And Fobbs with
brings up 2nd and 8.
a 2-yard gain. Dawson Lawrence is the quarterback for this play series. So Lawrence with 2 men in the backfield. Cannon Eaton and Will Buss on each side. Buss looking to come in once again. Laurence, the flip right back to Steelbinder. Steelbinder is going to run in for a very small gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8, or 3rd and 6. Dawson Laurence, once again, will look to get a conversion. 3rd and 6, this is going to be key. 5 receivers ready to go on the field. Laurence all by himself. Laurence doesn't have a lot of time, and he's going to get sacked. And Xander Romo came out of nowhere. Laurence had nowhere to go, and Xander Romo puts the Chiefs in a 4th and 11 position and will force them to kick for the 2nd time in the quarter. So Tristan Hoyer will try again. And that kick will be good. Julian Jones looking to receive. And that football is going to roll to the 29-yard line.
Kick goes down to the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers on their own 29-yard line. Sports fans, please remember that for complete scores, schedule, standings, photos, and announcements for every school and every sport and level
The Washougal
play,
Panthers
visit
are going to
the
take it on their own 29.
conference website at www.2agshL.com. Thank you.
Much more conventional field position for the Washougal Panthers. Dalton Payne looks to throw it again. He's got a lot of time, but he is taken down by Tyron Viavo. Viavo with an excellent sack, and we're going to take a look at that again. And Viavo just came out of nowhere and was able to get that sack. An excellent job by the Chiefs. The handoff. Brevin Bowe is going to get pushed back. And the Washougal Panthers are getting pushed farther and farther back into their own territory, as they are far from the sticks, which the first down line sits at the 39-yard line on the Washougal side. Washougal with a 3rd and 19. This is do or die. Either way, if they kick it, the Chiefs are going to get decent field position. Payne, he doesn't have much time. He's rushing. Can't seem to find a place to throw it down the middle, and that is incomplete to Brevin Bowe. Brevin Bowe was right down the middle, but the ball just didn't have enough on it to get to him in time. And there's a flag on the field. The Chieftains with some solid defensive efforts, as Dalton Payne has not had nearly enough time to be able to throw the football as effectively as Washougal would like. So that's going to be a penalty on the Chieftains. And that's going to be costly, an automatic 1st down. So all the Chieftains' efforts are taken down by a flag as Washougal moves up to the 35-yard line. 5 minutes and 22 left to go. And down the middle goes Brevin Bowe. And Brevin Bowe with a solid run. 2nd and 2. And let's see if Washougal goes back to the throwing game. No, they're going to rush it. Payne's going to try to go down the middle, but defense of the Chieftains brings them back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even behind it. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Payne is going to look to hand it off, and that's going to be more than enough as Brevin Bowe will get the first down. Brevin Bowe with a solid run. As the Panthers move up the field. And it looks like they found some traction offensively. Let's see if they can continue. Panthers look to throw it down the middle, and he'll end up tackled. That's Aiden Kessner with the reception. A nice reception by Kessner. And Riley Sadler was able to get the tackle, but that'll bring up a 2nd and 1. The Panthers moving up the field pretty well. Payne's got a lot of time. He's going to throw it deep, and that is complete. Jacob Davis with an excellent catch. And we're going to take a look at that again.
30 yards of the reception. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball on the 10.
As Jacob Davis
inside the Chieftain side of the field.
Jacob Davis with an excellent catch. And he's going to run up the middle, and that's going to be Bowe, who's tackled. And Logan Wilson is down for the Chieftains. And Logan Wilson, the linebacker for the Chieftains, a junior, sitting at 5'10", 210 pounds, or excuse me, 5'11", 210 pounds, is down right now. And both teams are going to take an unofficial timeout. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go, and Washougal was looking at a 2nd and 10 up until the play ended. And Washougal so far has gained some traction with their throwing game and their running game from Brevin Bowe, who has been able to weave through defenders pretty well through tonight so far. Of course, it's very early to tell, and it's still 0-0. The Chieftain defense has been on and off, and Logan Wilson will get up on his own legs, which is a pleasant sight to see for Chieftain fans. Of course, the loss of Logan Wilson possibly in this game is not good. We'll see if he returns later on. But for now, Washougal is going to take a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Panthers.
Another first down, and it'll be 1st and goal. Dalton Payne's going to hand it off to Bowe again, and he is going to be stopped pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down there by number 37. Sadler also on the tackle.
Riley Sadler with another good tackle. Dalton Payne. But on a 3rd and 7, he's going to look to throw it, and that will be taken down as Benjamin Viscara was able to get in the middle of that pass. An excellent job by Viscara to knock that pass down, as that easily would have been a touchdown play. 4th and 7, 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go, and Washougal has to make a decision. Should they kick or go for the touchdown? And it looks like the Panthers are going to go for a field goal. Preston Thornton to kick for the Panthers. Thornton will complete the kick, and that will put Washougal on the board as they take the lead 3-0. With 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go, the Washougal Panthers are going to kick it off to the Chiefs. As River will look to have an answer offensively. Washougal was able to make it up the field pretty well, and so far Washougal has been the only team with any offensive traction so far, but of course that's no telling of how Columbia River's going to do. They have been offensively capable before. We'll see how they do tonight against a team like Washougal. Colby Rabatoy and Jarrett Steelbinder in the backfield ready to receive. And Thornton will look to kick the ball off again. And Logan Wilson doing some laps on the sideline. He may be okay, and the kick is low again. And that is going to go right through the hands of Rabatoy. He's going to have to recover it in the backfield. Rabatoy is going to run up the side, and he'll end up at the 28-yard line. Or excuse me, the 17-yard line. 10 yards off there. And it would be a welcome sight to see Logan Wilson return to the game, as he is testing out the leg or ankle or knee or whatever has been bothering him after that last defensive stop by the Chiefs. So Matthew Asplund as quarterback, he'll hand it off. That's Steelbinder, and Steelbinder will get a small gain of about 2 yards.
Steelbinder with the top 2 yards. 74 to Cody Hamilton.
So 2 minutes and a running clock. 3-0 Panthers, as the first quarter is starting to close. Matthew Asplund with Jackson Fobbs in the backfield. 4 receivers ready to go. And Will Buss will complete the catch. Buss will be tackled, and he'll slide into the 25.
Will Buss taken down by Kevin Bay. Taking the 6 yards and carry. Brings up to 3rd and 3. The ball on the 29-yard line. The Chieftains.
And Brevin Bay with a solid tackle. Chieftains with 1 receiver. A straight handoff to Steelbinder. Steelbinder will fall at the 26 or 7-yard line. And a solid run. That may not be quite enough. 4th and 3. And there's a timeout for the officials, as it looks like the Chieftains are going to go for it. Asplund is still on the edge of the field. Hoyer is also on the field along with the main Chieftain group. And the refs are going to ask for the sticks. As this is going to be very close. First down, Chieftains.
First down.
And the Chieftains with their first down of the game, as that is a welcome sight, and hopefully it will start an offensive run and an answer to the 3 points that the Panthers have put on the board. Asplund looks to hand it off. Sealbinder down the middle, and a nice run by Sealbinder as he'll end up with about a 4-yard gain.
Taking the 6th play by Sealbinder.
The rain is continuing at a steady pour right now. And this is a turf field, but as far as receiver gloves go, they are useless in a game like this. And that is the end of the first. The Chieftains are going to flip the field and look for an answer to Washougal's 3 points off of a field goal that they completed right before the Chieftain play series that we're seeing right now. So we have another 12 minutes of football before the second half. Both teams are coming off of wins, as the Chieftains beat Mark Morris last week on their home field, and Washougal, as I mentioned earlier, beat Ridgefield. Tonight is homecoming football night for the Chieftains on Friday night. I had not mentioned this earlier. We started off so quickly. I'm Jordan Ryan, your host, as we're going to start off the second quarter. The Chieftains looking to score. They are at a 2nd and 4 right now on the 33-yard line. Washougal looking for a stop. Issue on the field, seemingly fixed with the substitution of Benjamin Viscara for Will Buss. Asplund, play action. Sealbinder looking to turn the corner. Sealbinder's going to go right down the middle, and he'll end up with a gain of several yards. Sealbinder with another good run tonight. He's been doing pretty well tonight. Sometimes against tough defensive teams, it's difficult for the Chieftains to get their running game going. But so far, Sealbinder has had an excellent game. So the Chieftains with a 3rd and 2. Whistles all around as timeout Chieftains. So the Chieftains will take a timeout. Pretty early in this game.
Homecoming, while some special homecoming festivities this evening.
So the Chieftains so far are ranked 2nd in their league, behind, of course, the reigning state champions, the Hawkinson Hawks. But the Chieftains have had a solid year so far, and they're looking to continue their good season and hopeful playoff run to another win tonight for homecoming. Washougal is still trying to get themselves within playoff contention. They have several weeks to still do it, but it is getting harder and harder for them to fight their way back into a playoff spot as the weeks go by. So a win tonight would be a welcome sight for Washougal fans to give them a winning record of 2-1 in league. Asplund, the handoff, and that is no good, as Caleb Plyer is going to get taken down very early. And that's going to bring the kicking team onto the field as the 4th and 2. Or bring it, is it the 4th and 2 turns into a 4th and 8.
Six, going to bring that 4th and 6 for the Chieftains.
So Tristan Hoyer will kick
Hoyer back to punt
for the 3rd time. Hoyer to punt. Another good kick, as that's going to go to Julian Jones. And that's going to bounce all the way to the 9-yard line. A friendly hometown bounce for the Chiefs, as Washougal is going to be deep into their own territory. 57-yard punt for Tristan Hoyer, who all season has been doing an excellent job, frankly, as a kicker for the Chieftains. Yes, he did have that slip-up punt earlier, but that is a rare miss for him compared to what is common, him kicking 57-yard punts like this. So the Washougal Panthers are going to go, and that is Tristan Farrell. With a nice tackle. Ten minutes left to go in the half.
Marshall was also in the last tackle.
Dalton Payne. Play action. He's going to look to throw. He's got it to Aiden Kistner. Kestner is going to complete the 1st down with that reception. Logan Wilson back on the field, as he was able to have the tackle for the Chiefs there. Good to see Logan Wilson back on the field, as he is a huge defensive asset for the Chiefs. And, oh, he's going to get tackled. And Dalton Payne tried to take that on his own, and he was just clobbered by Tristan Hoyer. Despite being the punter for the Chieftains, proves to be the toughest of them all. He has been making excellent tackles all season for the Chiefs. And there's a whistle on the field, and the refs are talking something over. Looks like there's a timeout for the Chieftains. 9 minutes and 1 second left to go in the half. The Panthers out of the timeout will be going into a 2nd and 10. The Chieftains looking for an opportunity to stop Washougal, and Washougal could extend the lead right here. So Washougal with 4 receivers. Dalton Payne has favored his arm tonight. Dalton Payne to throw it, and oh, that over the shoulder reception is incomplete.
Coverage for the Chieftains.
Will Buss with solid coverage as Jacob Davis could not get his feet in bounds for that one. So 8 minutes and 56 seconds. 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. 4 receivers again. Payne with time. Payne down the middle, and that is no good. As Will Buss with another solid coverage job.
Sadler along with Eaton and on the defensive play for the Chieftains.
By the Chiefs. 4th and 10. Washougal's forced to kick it.
Back to receive for the Chieftains.
And Cannon Eaton will look to receive the ball at around the 42-yard line. And Tristan Hoyer's previous punt has put the Chiefs in a good position for a good kick return. And a short kick. That's going to bounce right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains on their own 30.
So 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the 30-yard line. So far, the Panthers have 3 unanswered points. We'll see if the Chieftains have a response. Dawson Lawrence as the quarterback for this play series. And the Chieftains are going to go receiver heavy as there are arguably 4 receivers on the field. Will Buss and the backfield throw to Sealbinder. Sealbinder is not going to get past the line of scrimmage. And a backfield reception is difficult to get yards on. And that's going to move them back about 3 or 4 yards. The rain has slowed a little bit at Chieftain Field.
Lost about 1 on the play.
So the Chieftains actually lost about 1 yard. Lawrence will go with 1 man in the backfield along with him. And 3 receivers. And the handoff. Sealbinder. Sealbinder up the middle, and he's going to get a gain of 6.
Down to the 35-yard line.
So 3rd and 4.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Chieftains.
This is do or die for the Chieftains here.
Lawrence in a quarterback for the Chieftains. Buss will wide right, Eaton to the left.
4 receivers ready to go. Lawrence with Isaac Bibb O'Neill in the backfield. The throw completed to Cannon Eaton. Eaton is going to fall right over the first down line, and Eaton will get that first down.
Jackson Mansfield. Julian Jones on the tackle for the Panthers. And that's a Chieftain first down.
So the Chieftains with a solid job there, as Cannon Eaton was able to fall over the first down line. Receivers and Isaac Bibb O'Neill will remain in the backfield with Lawrence. Lawrence doesn't have a lot of time. He'll throw it down the middle, and that's Blake Bryan. Blake Bryan with an excellent reception.
The chains, and we got another Chieftain first down.
And we're going to take another look at that as Blake Bryan had an excellent reception. Lawrence didn't have a lot of time to throw it. He got it right down the middle to Blake Bryan. And the Chieftains end up at the 40-yard line in Washougal territory. And there's a timeout for the Panthers.
It's the Panthers 3.
As they're going to talk over the 2 straight Chieftain first downs. And this is the most success the Chieftains have had offensively all night. It's taken them a while, but with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the half, they're looking with their eyes, they have their eyes set on the end zone. And that was an excellent pass to get it down the middle. Lawrence does throw the ball more often than Asplund does over the course of the season. That's just been the way that each quarterback has liked to slice it. And he has had 2 receptions so far in this play series. Isaac Bibb O'Neill will stay in the backfield. Will Buss and Cannon Eaton will be on the sides. Blake Bryan. And the reception will be made to Cannon Eaton. And he's going to fake through several defenders for the first down.
And we got another Chieftain first down.
Cannon Eaton with an excellent catch. And that's his second reception just of the plays that we've seen so far in this Chieftain possession. So the Chieftains are going to stick with what works. They're going to have 3 receivers on the field. Or excuse me, they're going to have 3 receivers on the field. Lawrence going to run right. He looks to Blake Bryan. Bryan is going to get a small gain on that play.
Motion down to the 24-yard line.
And Lawrence didn't have a lot of time on that play.
Pick up a 3 in the play. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 as the Chieftains continue to march their way up the field.
Brand stays in at quarterback for the Chieftains.
And there's a timeout for the Chiefs.
Charge against the Chieftains.
Timeout for the Chiefs, and that's going to be their 3rd timeout of the half.
Final timeout in the half. Charge against the Chieftains. 5:39 to play here in the first period. It's the Panthers 3, your hometown Chieftains 0.
So the Chieftains at a 2nd and 7.
Again, sports fans, please remember a lot of great concession stand items.
And Washougal
We're going to have a super
is looking for a stop as the Chieftains are getting dangerously close to the end zone.
Wide to the right.
Dawson Lawrence with 4 receivers and no men in the backfield along with him.
Empty backfield.
Lawrence has a little bit of time. He's going to throw it deep, and that's going to be a completed catch.
Allen on the touchdown for the Chieftains.
And we're going to take a look at that again. An excellent catch to put the Chieftains on the board. And Lawrence didn't have a ton of time, but it was more than enough to get it to Allen for the reception. And Ty Allen with an excellent catch right over the shoulder as it leads him into the end zone. And a great catch. The kick for the Chieftains is up and in.
5:33 to play in the first half. It's the Panthers.
And that's Cade Lucian with an excellent kick. The Chieftains take the lead, 7-3. And it was refreshing to see the Chieftains get themselves on the board before the half. 5 minutes and 33 seconds left to go as the Chieftains have a 4-point lead. And fittingly, the rain is coming down a little harder right now than it was before the touchdown. Tristan Hoyer will kick the ball off to Washougal. For the first time this game, Washougal looking for an answer. Boyer with a deep kick, and that's going to be caught. Washougal spins, and he'll be pushed back. And he won't make it far past the 23-yard line.
Wilson, the tackle. Also number 36.
Wilson with the tackle. And we're going to take a look at that tackle on the reception for the Chiefs, as the entire Chieftain team came in for that one to complete the tackle. Dalton Payne hands it off. That's going to be to Peter Boylan, and Boylan will end up with a gain of a few yards. 5 minutes and 10 seconds with a running clock. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. He'll hand it off again. And Boyan will end up with a first down easily, as Boyan with 2 runs of 5 and 7 yards back to back.
Logan Wilson again on the tackle for the Chieftains. Bryson Pretty on the tackle for the Chieftains.
Washougal moves up the field. Washougal, he's going to look to throw it, and he's tackled hard, and Payne decided to run with the football. He'll end up at the 40-yard line, or maybe the 41. Excuse me.
Big time tackle to play by Benjamin Biscara.
And Biscara just took the legs out from under Dalton Payne in a tough tackle, especially for a quarterback. And he's going to look to throw. The completed catch to Aiden Kistner.
Play there, number 24, Isaac Bibb O'Neill.
And Bibb O'Neill with an excellent tackle. Kistner with the completed catch.
Kestner on the reception.
Excuse me, Kestner.
3rd and 6. Ball on the Panther 41-yard line.
Washougal with 3rd and 6. Payne's going to look to throw it. Payne is going to try to keep it. He'll dive for the first down. And that's going to be close. It's hard to decide whether he was out of bounds. And that's going to be a first down. Washougal continues to move up the field, as Payne looked like he was about to be sacked and slipped out of that play for the first down. The handoff. And he's going. Boylan with a solid run as he went straight down the middle. And if Osterwell hadn't gotten to him, he looked.
Chieftains 35-yard line.
Boylan looked like he would have ended up with a touchdown. Looks to throw. And that's going to be a nice catch as a touchdown for Jacob Davis. Jacob Davis with several excellent catches throughout this night. Right over the shoulder as he's led straight into the end zone.
That was number 7, Jacob Davis, on the touchdown reception for the Panthers.
And Jacob Davis drags 2 defenders with him into the end zone. And that's going to put the Panthers up 9-7. Preston Thornton will complete the kick. 10-7. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. Washougal has retaken the lead.
3:13 to play here in the first half. It's the Panthers of Washougal 10. Your hometown
Chieftains
Chieftains
are going
7.
to look for an answer to end the half. They have more than enough time to complete a touchdown run.
High school, when we get ready for our halftime festivities, and look for Noel to join me up here in the booth.
At this point, it is up to their offensive firepower, and they've been on and off. Their last offensive possession ended up in a touchdown as they were able to get the throwing game going. We'll see how that works for them now. Washougal will kick the ball off. So far, their kicks have been low, but they've gone all the way to the two-back receivers. It's an interesting tactic. It almost looks like it's going to be a squib kick. We'll see what they do here, if they go for the more conventional kick or what they've done all night. They'll keep it low. That's going to bounce all the way to the Chieftains, and he's going to be taken down at the 32-yard line. And that was no doubt a squib.
Reception. Receiving the ball for the Chieftains.
So Asplund, the quarterback for this play series,
First and 10 Chieftains on their own 36.
it'll be interesting to see if the Chieftains will stick with what's worked so far tonight, and that's the throwing game. So far, Asplund is sitting in an empty backfield with 5 receivers ready to go. We'll see what he does here. Asplund, he's got rushers. Asplund tries to run it up the middle, and he'll get a gain of about 3 yards.
Taken down by Gus Sheely.
As the blockers for the Chieftains were just not able to hold the line long enough for Asplund to find a
Ball
receiver.
on the 36-yard line. 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. They're going to go with the same empty backfield again. Asplund. And a flag on the field. And a false start against the Chieftains. And that's going to push them back several yards.
Procedure penalty charge against the Chieftains and loss of 5 on the play. Brings up the 2nd down and 13.
2nd and 13, and the Chieftains really will need a good reception here.
32-yard line.
Asplund at the helm is QB. Asplund, he's got a little time. Asplund, he's being rushed by Washougal defenders, and he's going to get sacked.
Asplund, the keeper.
And that's going to push the Chieftains back even farther.
Loss about 7 on the play. Of a timeout on the field charge against the Panthers.
So a
Stop the
Panther
clock here.
timeout.
2:13 to play here in the first period. It's the Panthers 10.
As
Your
the
hometown Chieftains 7.
Are with a 3rd and long situation. Defensively, Washougal has been good so far, as the Chieftain blockers have struggled to keep back the Panthers. For both Laurence and Asplund, both of them have had amounts of time to throw the football, which has been what's worked for them so far is receptions, the reception game, and the running of Jarrett Sealbinder. But so far, Sealbinder is not
Wide to the right, to the left.
being used.
Empty backfield.
Again, the Chieftains are going to go for an empty backfield on a 3rd and 18. Asplund, he's going to have to throw it deep, and that's to the former receiver to Ty Allen. And Allen won't be able to get to that one, as it was just had a little bit too much on it for Ty Allen. The Chieftains will have no choice but to kick on a 4th and 18.
Boyer be back to punt for the Chieftains.
Hoyer to punt the ball.
Julian Jones to receive the Panthers.
Julian Jones looking to receive. Hoyer, solid punt. And that's going to take a
It'll be down by the Panthers.
relatively vertical bounce.
Yes, actually down by number 7.
As that
Bryson
will
Pretty
be
from
taken
Chieftains.
at the 39-yard
The first
line.
and 10 Panthers on their
A
own
minute
40-yard
57
line.
left to go in the half.
1:57 to play here in the first half.
Actually, it will be at the 40. The Panthers have an opportunity for an offensive run here to extend the lead and put the Chieftains in a tight spot on this homecoming Friday night. Chieftains, solid, and a catch by Julian Jones. And that was over Bryson Pretty.
Julian Jones on the reception.
And a nice reception
Another Panther
to
first down,
move the
gain of
Panthers
21
up the
play.
field as they're in
First
Chieftain
and 10
territory,
Panthers
just like that.
on the
We'll take a
Chieftain
look at that again.
39-yard line.
Looks like Washougal looking to score here. And Payne is going to be sacked in the backfield.
Sack number 92, Cody Hardy.
Cody Hardy with a nice tackle. So, despite Washougal's efforts, the Chieftains look to fight back defensively.
Noah Bachman checks in the ballgame for the
And
Chieftains.
another timeout
We do have a timeout in the
for
field. So
Washougal.
1:32 to play here in the half. It's the Panthers 10, the hometown Chieftains 7.
So we have a minute 32 left to go. Washougal with a second
Noel, if
and
you would like
16.
join us up here in the halftime in the box up here. Noel, please join us up here in the press box.
So there is more than enough time for Washougal to at least complete a field goal, as they have solid field position. Not well enough for them to kick, but they are moving up the field rather quickly after that last throw to Julian Jones. A throw in the backfield to Baven Bow. Excuse me, that was Bay.
Wilson in the tackle. Also Bill O'Neill in the tackle.
Nice
Bay on the
reception by Bay.
3rd and 11 coming up for the Panthers.
3rd and 11 with a minute 10 left to go. The clock is running. And Chieftains are looking to rush. A quick throw to
Pass
Bay.
played over the middle.
And that's going to
Sent out
be
by Wilson.
a nice catch by Bay.
Also in the
As
tackle,
Dalton
number 10.
Payne had a Chieftain defender running right for him. And he was able to get the throw off before he was tackled.
Panthers.
4th and 5, 36 seconds left to go. A high snap. Payne looks to make the catch and dodging through defenders. It takes 6 Chieftain defenders to have a go at him before Kessner is taken down as he was dodging left and right.
Panthers.
25 seconds to go. Kessner with a nice reception as it took several defenders
Face mask charge
to get to Kessner.
Chieftains.
An excellent reception for the Panthers. 25 seconds left to go. The Panthers at the 28-yard line. Still too far to kick, but there is plenty of time for them to get better field position.
There's the 10 Panthers. And the Chieftain 14-yard
Actually,
line.
they'll be at the 14-yard line, which will
Davis
be
going wide to the left.
at worst, will be a far kick for them. They have to snap the
Mansfield
ball
to the right.
quickly.
Payne rolls out to his left.
Rolls left, looking for the catch, and that's through the hands of Jacob Davis. So that'll stop the clock at 14 seconds. Washougal has a decision here.
The scare broke that up on the
And
right
we'll take a
Chieftains.
look at that throw again. As Payne rolled out to his left, looked to get
14 seconds
Davis
to play here
in
the
that
half.
left corner, and it just went straight through his hands. And that may very well be a result of the pouring rain that has troubled both teams all night. So Washougal is going to go for a possible touchdown here. Payne looks to throw it, and that's going to be deep and far behind Jacob Davis again. The pass is incomplete. There's 9 seconds.
47, Riley Sadler.
And that pass was a full 10 yards behind
3rd and 10, 9 seconds to
Jacob
play here in the
Davis,
first half.
again in the left corner. Nine seconds left to go in the half. There's still plenty of time
20-minute halftime, folks. 20-minute halftime.
for the Panthers to score here. They need a completion.
Wide to the left.
They may not get another opportunity. They're going to look to throw it again to Davis. Davis can't get the catch, and that's incomplete.
For Davis, incomplete.
4 seconds left to go as we have a 4th and 10.
Clock stop.
The clock stopped
10 coming up from the
at 4
Panthers.
seconds. And 3 times in a row, Payne tried to go to Davis, and 3 times in a row, it has either fallen through his hands or ended up in the dirt. Actually, all 3 times it ended up in the dirt anyway. As Washougal's going to go for the kick.
Field goal attempt coming from the Panthers.
A 26-yard field goal attempt. Panthers, and they'll complete the kick.
And the kick is good. And we end the first
So
half.
that'll end the first half as the Panthers take a 13-7 lead to go into the locker room. The Chieftains still have another half to play for this homecoming game on 2018. We have a 20-minute halftime coming up. So make sure to sit back and enjoy this Chieftain homecoming halftime, as we'll see you back in the second half.
Next up, we're going to have a performance by the Columbia River Band, led on the field by drum majors Claire Hazelmakers and Sherry Fouch. The flags are coached by Casey Carricker. The band is directed by Dave Garshay. For the first selection this evening, the band would like to honor our veterans in this audience by performing In Defense of Liberty. In Defense of Liberty. The man would like to ask the musical question. Do you remember the 23rd night of September? Time for your homecoming court. Tonight's homecoming court will be introduced by Junior Taylor Dukins.
Being part of the Columbia River community is about being part of a team, a collective of people that we're accountable to each other.
Really making sure that you are setting the standard in both excellence for academics, clubs, sports, absolutely. But I think that since River has been so good for so long, I think that it is doing your best every single day, and it is really maintaining that standard.
Is a sense of pride in all that I do. And it also means to me being a part of a family and a legacy that's actually defined by tradition.
You know, I moved here 31 years ago with my wife, and I knew nobody. And now, everywhere I go, I see former students making differences in our community.
Being able to honor the people that have come before us is something that is so important, because they're the reason we are where we are now.
It kind of sets the standard for what you want to achieve and what you want to exceed the standard.
And I think that our best way to honor them is to say we are going to take that legacy and bring our own footprint to it and our own mantra, wherever else we need to do to make that legacy that much better.
I always feel like I'm standing, I'm standing on the shoulders of greatness. And I always feel like right now I am holding the torch for the future. I am the torch bearer right now. And my hope is that I will be able to keep the tradition of excellence going so that I will be able to pass the torch onto somebody else someday that will be able to keep this wonderful tradition going.
Us as teachers, seniors as leaders, that's our job, to keep that tradition alive and keep us, with our eyes on the prize.
It's that pursuit of perfection, and even though you don't get it, you can still get excellence. And I think it's also the fact that everyone really cares about each other.
This school tries really hard to provide opportunities for every student to feel like they're a part of our family.
If we, work together and team together and show what we expect, excellence every day, every minute, every hour, loving each other, taking care of each other.
That the excellence comes from having perseverance, staying with the task even when things get difficult, having some grit and some perseverance. I think that's what makes excellent people. I think that's what makes excellent work in a work environment and students, and I really see that at Columbia River.
Everyone is so connected. Everyone is so much into the sports and the clubs and the academics. I think that honestly that helps to build the excellence that we have here. I think because everyone is so connected, they want to be there for each other. And I think that is what ultimately helps us to propel us forward and make us even better than we possibly could be.
We have a really tremendous student body. They're leaders, they're innovators, they're scientists, they're amazing athletes. They care and serve one another.
You see that excellence bleed over into life, and you see those kids doing, our current kids doing things in the community that make a difference, that start them on a way of caring about not just themselves, but about excellence and about helping out everybody in the community.
Welcome back to Chieftain Stadium. I'm Jordan Ryan, your host, as we're going to take on the second half of Chieftain football as the Columbia River Chieftains will kick the ball off to the Washougal Panthers, who right now, the Panthers are up 13-7, as they have a 6-point lead starting this half off of a completed field goal. The Chieftains are going to look for a defensive stop in a opportunity to answer the Panthers' field goal and their 13 points so far. But for now, Washougal will get another opportunity to score as Tristan Hoyer will kick to start the third. And it's going to be a squib, and Hoyer is going to dive on top of it. And that's going to be a first down Chieftains, as Hoyer was able to get on top of it. And the Chieftains will end up with the football, and that is what a completed, a effective squib kick looks like right there, as the Chieftains gambled and they got the football right away.
Bus from line left, 8 to the right.
So Dawson Lawrence will sit alone in the backfield with 5 receivers. Lawrence, he's got a little bit of time. He's going to throw it, and that's off the hands of Ty Allen. And Ty Allen earlier had the touchdown reception for the Chieftains, which put them up 6-0, and there was a completed field goal in there, which gives the score the Chieftains have now. But Ty Allen has had a big reception in this game, and he's had 2 missed receptions. One of them was too far from Matthew Asplund, and we just saw that one right there from Lawrence. Lawrence off the hands, and he's going to have to throw it. He's going to almost complete that throw to Ty Allen. And Lawrence was looking at a broken play, and somehow he was able to get that football off before he was tackled. We're going to take a look at that again, and that just went straight through the hands of Allen. And that's just a tough catch, especially considering how slick the ball has been tonight for both teams. Lawrence is going to throw it again. Eaton will complete the catch, and he will get close to a first down. And he's knocked back to the 39. 4th and 2. The Chieftains have an opportunity to go for it. They are in Washougal territory with that reception. So Lawrence and Bibb O'Neill will check back in, and the Chieftains are going to go for it on 4th and 2. The Panthers looking for a stop after a missed kick reception. And Lawrence is going to go for it himself. Lawrence down the middle, he'll get the first down. And the fake handoff to Isaac Bibb O'Neill is all the Chieftains needed to get that first down, as Lawrence took it himself. Lawrence has got considerable size for his position at 6'3" and 215 pounds. He has consistently been able to take the hits, as we're going to watch the Chieftains at a opportunity to score here. Lawrence, oh, he's going to throw it deep, and that's to Eaton, if Eaton can get to it, and no good. And Michael Egger with a nice job. Excuse me, that's not him. R.C. Harton with a great defensive play to prevent that catch from falling into Ethan's hands. So Lawrence with Bib O'Neill in the backfield. And 3 receivers. Blake Bryan looks to run on the right side. A little lob to Eaton. He'll stutter and jab, and he'll end up with a small gain. And he'll stop at the 33. The Chieftains are still too far away for a kick, but they are marching their way up the field so far. 3rd and 7, this is a do or die situation. It would be embarrassing to have a turnover on downs if they're not able to complete in the next 2 plays. Lawrence. Play action. Lawrence rolls left or right to look for the throw. And that's going to be an interception by Washougal. The intended receiver was Wimberly for the Chieftains, and Preston Thornton with the interception, and just like that, Washougal gets the football. So 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line with 9 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the 3rd. And that will be Bay, who will have a small gain of about 3 yards. Payne, play action. He's going to look to throw it. He's got lots of time. He's running down the middle. Chieftain defenders are closing in, and Logan Wilson was able to get to him first. Riley Sadler will end up with the tackle.
Down the 25-yard line.
Center it up and come a little wider.
And 7 on the play brings up 3rd and 2.
A little bit wider, center it up. Wider.
3rd and 2
Zoom out.
for Washougal. They're going to run it up the middle, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, just keep it center.
As Peter Boylan was able to get the 1st down there, and the Panthers will move up the field. Play action as the Panthers will not get far past the line of scrimmage. Peter Boylan tries to run it again, and this time he will only get a gain of about 2 yards.
Hey, Miles, the ball has to be center of the screen. The ball, center of the screen.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Panthers. And he's got a lot of time to throw it. He's going to look to get it to his go-to receiver, Jacob Davis. And Davis was not able to get to that one. Dalton Payne has gone to Davis all night, for better or for worse, as his go-to receiver. And that one was just had a little bit too much on it in order to fall into Davis's hands. Chieftains look to blitz. Payne has got a lot of time. Payne, a tough throw as Davis tried to catch that with one hand. And that was a dangerous pass for the Panthers, which could have easily ended up as a turnover. 4th and 7 for the Panthers. And they are going to punt the ball. Thornton will get rid of it for the Panthers. Eaton will be ready to receive at around the 30-yard line. Thornton, a decent kick, and that's going to bounce right into Eaton's hands. Eaton at the 30. Eaton will slide at the 33. So 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the third. Eaton with a reception of about 4 yards.
Prices slashed. The concession stand, hot dogs, $2. Pizza slices, $1.50. Hot dogs, $2. Pizza slices, $1.50.
Chieftains looking for a response. Rabatoy has nowhere to go, and he's going to fall at the line of scrimmage and possibly, excuse me, that is Jacob Fox. So Jackson Fobbs had nowhere to go, and he'll end up with a loss of 1 yard. Dawson Lawrence is the quarterback for the second play series in a row, which is odd because so far tonight, Asplund and Lawrence have been switching out between each offensive total possession, as in when they receive a kick. The throw down the middle, and that's going to be no good. And that's an incomplete pass, just too high. 3rd and 11. So Jackson Fobbs will sub out. 6 minutes and 57 seconds left to go. 5 receivers. Dawson Lawrence alone. And the officials are going to whistle it off. Looks like Ty Allen will have to come off for some reason. And Sealbinder will take his place. Lawrence alone in the backfield. Lawrence, a high snap. Not a lot of time. He's going to have to throw it deep to Sealbinder, and that is too deep for Sealbinder to catch. 4th and 11, and the Chieftains are going to bring out the special punting team. Tristan Hoyer will have to kick for the Chieftains. Kicker. And Julian Jones looking to receive. That ball is going to bounce well within the 30. And 28-yard line.
Down by Sadler. We do have a flag in the field.
There is a flag on the play. This has been a false start on the Chieftains. So a re-kick.
Panthers will force the Chieftains to re-kick the ball.
This has been a relatively penalty-free game, as we have not heard the whistle a lot tonight.
Replay 4th down.
So the Chieftains are going to kick.
Hoyer be kicking back at his own 13-14-yard line.
Miles, can you zoom out?
Ty Jones will check in.
Miles, zoom out. Zoom wider. Zoom wider. Zoom out. Ah, easy.
And Hoyer will kick again. This time it is high. And that kick will end up faring better for the Chieftains. So instead of being down at the 33-yard line, the Chieftains are going to take it at the 22. Defensively, Washougal is pushed back 11 yards. Washougal looking to score again. Payne, play action. And the snap's on the ground, and that's going to end up in Kessner's hands as a dead ball.
Recovered by the Panthers in the backfield. Loss of 2 in the play. Brings up second down and 12. Aiden Kessner, the intended.
And just a bad snap on that one. Payne to throw it. That's completed to Mansfield, and he'll be taken down. By Biscara. Biscara with a nice tackle. 3rd and 12. Or excuse me, 3rd and 11 on the 21-yard line. One man in the backfield with Payne. 3 receivers. And he's going to try to find one of them. And an uncompleted catch. And the Panthers, after 4 plays, or excuse me, after 3 plays, are going to kick right away. Eaton will receive it around the 45 as the Panthers aren't able to complete or do anything with the football on that last offensive possession. So Preston Thornton will kick it off. A flat kick that's going to end up at the 45-yard line, almost exactly. And there is a little bit of a tussle on the field as Christopher Macy and another Chieftain player might have had a brief altercation, but it was quickly avoided by the refs.
Last chance to pick up your snacks and drinks for tonight's game concession stand, sponsored by Hope Homes. Hope is building new communities in Clark County, Clackamas County, and Washington County. Hope, we build houses you call home.
So, Asplund as the quarterback, alone in the backfield. The Chieftains have really relied on their throwing game so far, and they're going to look deep to Jones right off of his right hand. Or excuse me, not Jones, to Allen. And he has gotten a lot of tough catches tonight. We'll take a look at that. Allen, just right off of his hand, as regardless, that would have been a tough catch. But so far, Allen has played a large role with the 1 touchdown catch so far of the game. Play action, and that's a turnover. Washougal's going at the 20. He's going to be taken down at the 10 or the 5-yard line. An interception. That's the 2nd interception of the night for the Chieftains. 2 very costly turnovers.
First and 10 Panthers at the Chieftain 8-yard line. First and goal Panthers at the Chieftain 8.
Look at your shot. Burn it up. The goalpost, the kicker.
Mansfield's hit wide to the right.
So the Panthers go for the handoff.
Bay.
And Bay doesn't have anywhere to go. He's going to be pushed back by Chieftain defenders at the 10-yard line.
Taken now by a host of Chieftains. Coming out of the pile, on the bottom, Logan Wilson coming up to the tackle. Dave O'Neill also in the tackle for the Chieftains. Second and goal, loss of 1 on the play.
Second and
9-yard
goal,
line for the Panthers.
11 yards away from the touchdown zone.
Quarterback.
Excuse me, away from the end zone.
Ansels up wide to the right. Jones to the left.
Payne with 3 receivers, but he's not going to do that. He's going to hand it off to Boylan, and Boylan
Down to the 6-yard line. Gain
is
of
going to be
3.
down at the 6.
Winning the ball carrier for the Panthers.
Three minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the third. Washougal with a 3rd and 6. Payne is trying to throw it, and that play is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jacob Davis, but he was on the ground before he could get to that ball. Payne was being chased on that play there.
7-6-4-5-2-3. First ticket winner, 7-6-4-5-2-3. 7-6-4-5-2-3. The second ticket winner is 7-6-4-5-2-7. 7-6-4-5-2-7.
So 4th and 6.
Take your
The
50 ticket to the booth.
Panthers are going to kick. Preston Thornton
Set to kick. Preston Thornton.
will kick for a field goal. It's blocked! The Chieftains pick it up! The Chieftains! He's at the 40! He's at the 50! And he's taken down at the 45-yard line! And that's none other than Trail Fabio. An excellent job by the Chiefs as defensively they completely turned the tide and ended up in the Washougal 45 in a matter of seconds. The Chieftains looking to complete this run for a touchdown. Isaac Bibb O'Neill up the middle, and he'll end up with a gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Neal taken down by Bay. Gain of 2 on play. 2nd and 8. Again, the 50-50 ticket winners, 7-6.
Lawrence as the quarterback.
First ticket winner, 7-6.
A costly turnover for Washougal,
7-6.
who got that close to a field goal because of a turnover, an interception by the Chieftains. And the table significantly turned after that play right there. And a flag on the field. And that's going to be a false start on the Chiefs. 2nd and 12 after a loss of 5. So the Chieftains looking to complete this run here and get themselves or tie this ball game and possibly take the lead. Lawrence with time, he's going to throw deep to Kenan Eaton. Eaton won't be able to get to it. And R.C. Harton with a solid coverage job on Ken and Eaton. 3rd and 13, do or die for the Chieftains. Laurent still as the quarterback. Three receivers on the field. Bib O'Neill joining Laurent in the backfield, and there is a timeout for the Chiefs as they're going to talk it over on this 3rd and 13.
1:49 to play here in the third period. It's the Panthers 13, your hometown Chieftains 7.
So with 1:49 left to go,
Snack bar will be closing here at the end of the third
the
period.
Chieftains are going to talk it over as they sit at the 48-yard line right now
And again, your 50-50 ticket winners.
after a blocked kick.
764523 764523. Second winner 764527. Thank you.
The Chieftains' last touchdown was in the mid-second quarter. It would be refreshing for homecoming fans to see them score again here and bring this game a lot closer. The rain has slowed down now, almost to the point where you can't see it. Laurent, he's going to try and throw it deep. That's going to be to Blake Bryan. Blake Bryan off of his hands and incomplete. The Chieftains are going to be forced to kick it unless they go for it here on a 4th and 13. We're going to take a look at that again. And Laurent looked deep for Blake Bryan, but he was covered by 2 Panther defenders, and that was just through his hands. No interference at all, or illegal interference. Tristan Hoyer will kick for the Chiefs. Hoyer with a good kick. And that's going to bounce all the way to the 4-yard line.
4-5-yard line.
So with 1:33 left to go in the third, the Panthers will take it at the 4-yard line.
Bryson Pretty for the Chieftains made the stop.
And Dalton Payne is going to be receiving this football
5-yard line.
from the 5-yard line, and he may be standing in the end zone for this first play at least. Payne to hand it off, and that's going to go to Boylan. Boylan with a nice run between Boylan and Bay. Washougal has had a solid running game so far.
Chieftains. 8-7 play. Brings up 2nd and 3.
But they have favored throwing the football so far tonight. They're going to go back to Boylan. Boylan's going to end up with a first down. He spins, and he's met by a wall of defenders. And he'll go no further than the 20-yard line. And Boylan had to deal with a lot of Chieftains, and the whistle blew to stop the play as he clearly wasn't going anywhere past the 20. So he'll actually end up at the 21-yard line with a first down. Payne will hand it off to Boylan again. Boylan with another gain of about 8 yards. And Boylan so far has had 4 runs in a row, and he has just been able to find the gaps to get in for 8 yards. We'll see if Washougal goes to him once again. So far, it's been working. And the third quarter comes to an end. The score remains the same as Washougal holds a 6-point lead over the Chieftains. We'll flip the field for the final 12 minutes of the game, as Washougal will have the ball at the 29-yard line on a 2nd and 2. Well, this quarter is do or die now for the Chieftains if they want to stay in this game. Washougal looks for an opportunity to extend their lead and take the Chieftains' homecoming game. So far, both teams have been on and off offensively. Just Washougal has completed one more play than the Chiefs, and that has been the difference tonight. It's also been difficult for the Chieftains to catch the ball, as there has been a lot of water on the field tonight. It has stopped raining, but for 3 quarters, it had been pouring, and we've seen several balls go straight through receivers' hands tonight. Washougal, play action, the flip to Boylan. They'll go to him again, and Boylan will be pushed back. He's going to end up with a small gain of a few yards. Or excuse me, a loss of 1 yard there. Boylan's gone 4 runs straight in a row. They're going to go back to Boylan again. Boylan will not cross the first down yard line. 4th and 1, and it looks like the Panthers are going to bring in the kicking team. So Preston Thornton to kick here with a 4th and 1. I wouldn't be surprised if they faked it. But regardless, Eaton is ready for the reception at the 35. Looks like Washougal will kick. Eaton will receive the football. He'll leave it alone at the 24-yard line. So 10 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in this ball game. The Chieftains at the 24. One touchdown is all the Chieftains need to tie this game. A touchdown and a field goal completion puts them in the lead by 1. Asplund at the helm as QB. 2 men in the backfield with him. He'll flip it back to Sealbinder. Sealbinder takes Washougal full on, and he'll get a gain of about 2 yards.
Out to the 26-yard line. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Chiefs. Play action for the Chiefs. Asplund's going to look to throw it. He's got lots of time, and the completed catch to Wimberly. A nice catch by Wimberly, as Asplund had a lot of time. He originally Excuse me.
Innovative play brings up 3rd and 1.
That's Jack Armstrong.
Ball on the 38-yard line. Armstrong's foot wide to the right, Eaton to the left.
And the handoff to Sealbinder. He runs into a wall. And he'll get a gain for a 1st down.
First and 10, Chieftains.
Chieftains with the 1st down. So the ball's on the 35-yard line. 2 men in the backfield with Asplund. Buss and Eaton on each side of the, or excuse me, Buss and Allen on each side of the field. They look to Allen again. Allen trips and he will not complete the catch. Allen looking for the pass interference. He's not going to get it. As he tripped and fell before that ball could get to him. They've been trying to get it to Allen all night. It's just a lot of throws have been a little too deep for him. So they'll start with Buss and Allen as receivers again. Asplund, a short throw, and that's going to go to Sealbinder. Sealbinder will get a gain of a few yards there. And the Washougal players are pointing in their direction. And they're looking for the turnover. We're going to take a look at that again. As the ball was knocked loose. But the question is, was he down before then? So the Chieftains will stay with the ball. His knee was down before the football was loose. Asplund. A double handoff. Will Buss will turn the corner. He's going to be on the left side, and that's a 1st down. And the double reverse to Will Buss ends up in a Chieftain 1st down. And a nice play by the Chiefs. Asplund. Play action. Asplund looks to throw it. He gets a completed catch to Eaton and no good. The catch is incomplete. Eaton did not have possession, as he just did not catch the football before he decided where he wanted to go. He was wide open, and he just didn't completely catch it. So the Chieftains at a 2nd and 10. Chieftain play action. The reverse to Sealbinder. Sealbinder hit by a wall and he'll fall to in the backfield. No gain there for Sealbinder. It's going to be a loss of 5 and bring up a 3rd and 15. The Chieftains don't need a touchdown right away. But the longer they wait, the more difficult it is going to be for them to have a comeback. 4 receivers on the field. And there's a flag on the field. Probably due to an illegal receiver. Or excuse me, timeout against the Chieftains.
6:57 to play in the ball game. It's the Washougal Panthers 13, your hometown Chieftains 7.
Miles, that way more.
So the Chieftains with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left to go on a 3rd and 15. And they need a completion here to get the first down. Right now, they're still in their own territory. So it would be difficult to justify a 4th down conversion in their own territory right now. Asplund needs a completion. Asplund, he's got time. Asplund down the middle to Hoyer, and that's a completed catch! Hoyer stays on his feet! And he's gonna stay with that. I have no idea how Hoyer was able to hold on to that football as he got clobbered, much less continue to run another 10 yards as he's gonna end up at the 25. Tristan Hoyer with an excellent completion, and he is as tough as they come. So Asplund is sitting deep into Washougal territory. Asplund, the handoff to Fobbs. Fobbs down the middle. Fobbs faking through defenders. He spins. And 1st and goal Chiefs. Fobbs with an excellent run there as he was slicing through defenders. And timeout Chieftains as 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. The Chieftains turned a 3rd and 15 in their own territory into a 1st and goal, 7 yards away from the end zone in a matter of 2 plays and about 15 seconds. So we're gonna take a look at that again as Fobbs was able to find the gap and several Washougal defenders just were not able to complete the tackle as he fell into the 7-yard line. Asplund still as the quarterback. Fobbs in the backfield along with him and 3 receivers ready to go. Fobbs tackled pretty quickly and he'll have a small gain on that play. No gain on the play.
2nd and goal, Chieftains at the 6.
So the Chieftains at the 6. Actually, it'll be a gain of 1 yard. Second and 6 for the Chiefs, a running clock with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game. And a big opportunity for the Chiefs to tie this game. 4 receivers. Asplund looks to throw. That's going to be completed! And a touchdown! Wimberly with an excellent reception, and this game is tied. The 5'8" sophomore as a wide receiver was able to catch that play there, and we are tied with 5 minutes and 49 seconds to go. The kick is good for the Chiefs. And for the first time since the middle of the 2nd quarter, the Chieftains have taken the lead, 14-13. the Chieftains will kick the football off as Washougal looks for a response. There is plenty of time for Washougal to score. And put themselves back in the lead. Whether they will or not, we'll see in this offensive possession. Tristan Hoyer will kick the ball off for the Chiefs. And after it looked like it was hopeless on a 3rd and 15, the Chieftains were able to turn it into 7 points. Off of an excellent reception by Zane Wimberly. Or excuse me, by not Wimberly, by Jack Armstrong. A long kick. And that's tackled. And that is Logan Wilson. And Logan Wilson with an excellent tackle as he got all over a Washougal receiver right away. And despite his early in-game injury, Wilson has showed no signs of slowing down right now. He has made great tackles all night, and that was one of them, as Washougal sits at the 17-yard line. Excuse me. Jack Armstrong was the one with the touchdown for the Chieftains, not Zane Wimberly. And that's a deep throw, and that's broken up by Biscara. Biscara has done so well defensively tonight, and that is another broken up play by Biscara. And the intended receiver was Jacob Davis. Early on in the game, Washougal was able to get it to Davis, but so far, there have been many incompletions on Davis's end. Payne, play action. Payne flips it, and he's gonna get, and he's taken hard. And that was Boylan, who took a monster hit. And Boylan was just clobbered by Riley Sadler. But the flag on the field was due to Washougal. An excellent job by Riley Sadler to get to Boylan early. So a 10-yard penalty due to a holding penalty by Washougal. They're going to be on the 9-yard line.
Brings up a second down and 19-yard line. Second and 19.
Second and 19 for Washougal. Payne has got lots of time. He's looking to pass. Completed. And Wilson was all over Boylan on that tackle. I don't care if he's limping. Wilson has been excellent tonight. And we'll take a look at Logan Wilson's tackle.
Brings up 3rd and long 7.
Logan Wilson was all over Jacob Boylan. Or excuse me, Peter Boylan. And he's gonna run. He's gonna make that first down yard line, and he's gonna be held at the 39. Dalton Payne has had all the time in the world. And that's gonna be a first down for Washougal. Play action for Washougal. Payne, lots of time again. He's gonna look, and that is no good. Jacob Davis once again can't get to it. That ball was a full 6 or 7 yards away from him. And Davis is limping back to the Washougal huddle. And that is a hit for Washougal, as their leading receiver, Jacob Davis, is going to limp off the field. It's unclear what happened, if that last play was what caused it. But Dalton Payne is going to have to throw somewhere new. And now he will be pushed back. That's Tristan Farrell.
Out to the 44-yard line. Brings out 3rd and long 6.
The Panthers at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 6. The Chieftains are looking for a stop. The Panthers are trying to regain a lead. Lots of time. The throw is intercepted. And Moniel Hedgeman with the interception. And Washougal's been throwing this football all night. That's their first turnover of the night. The first interception against Washougal. And Hedgeman was able to get to that football. The Chieftains, with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go, as Plund as the QB. Excuse me, Laurent as the QB. And Bib O'Neill will pick up 2 yards. Laurent is the QB for now. Bib O'Neill got 2. And the Chiefs are at the 47.
2nd and 8 coming up for the Chieftains. Jack Armstrong to the right. To the left.
So Armstrong,
Seal line in the backfield.
number 18, at the far right, made the Chieftains' last touchdown catch. He is one of the 4 receivers on the field. Laurent with 1 man in the backfield. He'll hand it off. That's Sealbinder. He's got open field. And he's going to slide into the 35-yard line. Sealbinder was able to get a nice run and a first down. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. And the Chieftains. Sealbinder remains in the backfield with Laurent. 4 receivers. They're going to go back to Sealbinder. Sealbinder's going to push his way through, and he'll end up with a 3-yard gain. And Sealbinder had to power his way through that line of scrimmage to get that small gain. And he was taken down by Xavier Romo, excuse me. Dawson Laurent with 3 men in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Fobbs. Fobbs is going to end up with a gain of a few yards. So he'll pick up 2 yards. 3rd and 5.
Timeout charge against the Panthers.
And timeout for the Panthers. As the Chieftains still have the lead with 1:45 left to go. Another touchdown here could ice the game for the Chiefs. There's still enough time that if Washougal were able to get a stop here on this 3rd and 4, it's plausible that they could get the ball and have another opportunity to score. Their defensive strategy would have quite possibly been what they were talking about in the huddle. The Chieftains at the 32-yard line. Sealbinder will hand it off to Fobbs. Fobbs is met by a wall of defenders at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose 1 yard.
Back to the 34-yard line. Bring it 4th down for the Chieftains.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Chieftains. The Panthers will take another timeout. The Chieftains are in a tough spot. They can't kick for a field goal. It's just a little out of range. But going for it also might be dangerous for where they are on the field right now. Washougal does not need a lot of time if they can get a few receptions to end up taking the lead. This is still very much a ball game. So the Chieftains are going to bring out Lawrence, which means they are going to go for it. So Allen and Armstrong as the receivers. Sealbinder will run onto the field along with Lawrence. Could be a risky play if there's not a completion. Lawrence looks to throw. He's going to get that completion. And Jack Armstrong has been a key player as of late. A man to watch with that completion, which was massive for the Chieftains and holding on to their lead right now. And he also just happened to be the player who received the Chieftains' last touchdown to help them take the lead. So 1st and 10 at the 25. So the Chieftains are taking a timeout.
Panthers 13, the hometown Chieftains 14.
So 14-13 with 1:06 left to go.
Congratulate all of the classes here.
At this point, all the Chieftains need to do is run out the clock and possibly get some more points on the board. It would be preferable if they had a touchdown to seal the game. And they are going to kill the ball and run the clock down as much as they can. The Chieftains are going to continue to run out the clock. They're going to continue to run the clock out, and that's going to be it. The clock is going to run all the way down, and the Chieftains have taken a win on their home field, 14-13. Well, after this awesome homecoming game for 2018,
Chieftain Stadium.
The Chieftains have taken the win.
Your hometown Chieftains, 14 in the victory.
Well, thank you tonight for watching the Chieftains take on the Panthers on this Homecoming 2018 for the Columbia River Chieftains. I want to wish you all a good night from Columbia River Chieftain Stadium. I'm Jordan Ryan, your host, and have an excellent weekend.